how does a solar installation business make the transition from not having a service department or doing O&M to getting into that business?
So there's a pretty standard trajectory that we see when a company opens its doors and starts installing. They, start gaining customers. They start installing. They're trucking along. They're growing until one day they get a call that something's broken. So they have to pull a person off of the install crew and send them over to fix the thing. It's disruptive to the install crew, but it just happens periodically, so that's okay. And they can function that way for a certain amount of time until they realize that the disruption is costing them too much time and money on the install side. So they dedicate a person to handling those service calls. And that's kind of a pivotal moment. In many of these cases, these are calls that they don't charge money for because they look at that as part of the workmanship warranty agreement. And so this is a person now that they're paying who is pure cost because they're not able to charge money for a lot of that work. And so they start, they bear that cost as part of the cost of doing business because you have this workmanship warranty. And then they also start getting calls from systems that they did not install. And they realize, oh, this other company may have gone out of business. Now there's a market in my area that of people who need help and who I can charge to go do the same work that I've been doing for free for our historic customers. And that's the moment that a switch flips and they recognize that now I can not only try to make some money doing this work, but uh, it's gonna help me bear the cost of the workmanship warranty work. And so that's where they start putting more resources and energy into building out a true team. And optimally, they get to the point where they have a full dedicated profit and loss statement for their O&M business because that's going to help you see what the actual profit potential is. And a lot of our companies have followed this trajectory. And it's been a really fun journey to see some of them reach the point where this is a meaningful contributor to their bottom line as a company. So it's a pretty typical trajectory. And what I like to say is that, where the cooperative can really start to help is that moment in time where you decide to dedicate resources. When when clients call and need help, they really want to work with a company that has a dedicated team. If you're still in the point in time where you're pulling people off install to handle service calls, they won't have that same confidence that you'll respond to their needs quickly because you have to wait until somebody can be liberated from their other day job. So, this is really where you start to professionalize your services and where the cooperative's resources can help you then grow from there. Coming back to the boring accounting side of things, there's also a really important step in the maturation of a solar installation company, which is hopefully they did this at the outset, but if not, they need to set it up early on, which is that when you offer a workmanship warranty to your customers, you need to set aside money to cover the work that you have to do in the future. It's commonly called a workmanship warranty liability reserve. And this is what allows you to later on recognize some revenue for those service calls that you otherwise aren't charging from. So, this is kind of a boring accounting concept, but it's really critical to recognizing the valuable work that your service team is doing and helping you see a true picture of the profitability of this department.